We're going to talk about protecting innocence. Think about it. Years ago, you had an adult that went to prison because she had a quote, fallen in love with one of her teenage students or one of her young students. And so she was indicted for pedophilia. Now, children are innocent. They're gullible. They can't tell the difference between what's right and what's wrong. But yet an adult will say, if they have sex with a child, that it was mutual consent. Well, I don't think a child can discern whether it's mutual or not. If they're victimized and they're taken advantage of, that should be a crime. There is never any justification for an adult to have any sexual contact with a child for any reason at any time. That should be pretty common sense today. But yet pedophile groups are saying they have a right to have sex with a child, that children are sexual beings. Well, that come all out of the Kinsey studies, which was so perverted for the government to pay the Kinsey Institute, and you can Google this, to pay the Kinsey Institute to do sex studies on little children, toddlers and little babies. Well, we live in a sexually perverted generation. Everything goes. Think about it. It's just so, common sense tells you that it's perverted. That's a word that you need to get to know, perverted. For someone to fantasize in their mind who was born a boy to say, well, I think I want to be a girl. Well, get them some help. If your child came to you and said, well, I'm addicted to drugs, you would say, we need to get you some help. You wouldn't say, let's legalize drugs. If your child came to you and said, well, I'm fascinating about killing myself, you would say, let's get you some help. You wouldn't say, let's legalize suicide. If your child came to you and said, you know what, I've been killing cats in the neighborhood, you wouldn't say, let's legalize cat killing so that we can, help the Chinese restaurants get more meat. You would say, we need to get you some help. So what has gone wrong in our society today, that when it comes to sexuality, we're going to teach on human sexuality, that God created boys to be boys, girls to be girls. And I believe that sin has been sin has grown to the point where we do have strange things happening at birth. But it can be fixed. Moral clarity and the moral high ground will repair a lot of things that are twisted in our society today. Parents, don't buy into the lie.